Hello, 7 and 8. Hello and good morning. It's been a while since I sent you a recorded class, a recorded lesson. And today we will start working with books. Now, before we're going to get to the books, I just want to say a few words. First, this past week, or should I say almost 2 weeks, it's been a bit rough. It would have been rough for me personally if we've been to school as well. Because we are celebrating, we're mentioning Holocaust Memorial Day, which is a very emotionally a very hard day. And a week after that, we have Memorial Day for soldiers, which is also a very emotional day. And then Independence Day, which is a day of celebration and fun. So it's kind of a roller coaster throughout this week. But today we are going back to our regular work that I'm going to explain about in a second. Before we do that, I just want to tell you a few things about tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Today would be Thursday, April 30th, and tomorrow is going to be Friday, May 1st. That means that tomorrow is the drop off. Okay. Now, since we haven't really, I haven't given you any assignments that you need to do. Um, what I want you to give me so far, that's what you should have done by this point to this point, is the introduction. I'm sorry, introduction about Israel is complicated. Remember, I copied pages for you from this book, Israel is complicated, and the first chapter. All of the assignments that I've given you related to this book, to this assignment, sometimes it wasn't exactly as the book said it should be, right? Sometimes it was a little bit different. So this is what I want you to give to me so far. If you haven't given, not everybody have given me so far previous work. That is to say, remember those 10 days that I given you assignment for every day? I didn't get it from everybody. So I know you guys communicate with yourself in Instagram or whatever. I don't know if you can do it in TikTok, but in any social media that you're on and you can talk to your friends, please remind them. Make sure that they know tomorrow is a drop off. Please make sure to do everything. About today's work, today is going to also have to write down a few things. You don't have to bring it tomorrow, okay? If you would bring it tomorrow, amazing. If you don't, everything's okay. We're going to have another drop off so you can give it to me then, okay? Now, another announcement that I want to tell you is when, well, first of all, instructions and then announcement. When you give me papers, please make sure to stack them on the right order, okay, so nothing will get lost. And then right after that, make sure to either put a paper clip on them or staple them together. And the most important part, guys, make sure you have names. If I have to browse through Mrs. Coram and Mrs. Gray and Miss Will and Miss West and everybody's, oh, let me find my papers, some of the assignments might get lost. And you don't want that. I certainly don't want that to happen. So what you need to do, take one paper clip, put it all the papers together, make sure that your name is written down, preferably in the right order that the assignment were given. And things should be like, now I know you guys, especially at the beginning of this Zoom and all those recorded lessons, you've been bombarded with assignments and work. I did my best to keep that assignment to a very low barrier, nothing too complicated, nothing too um, to 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 make your life even harder. However, nevertheless, some of you decided to write me for an answer that you see 3 lines there to write me 2 words. I think you know me by now that that's not good enough. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's poor work, because if I've written question that requires 2 or 3 sentences that you need to write, and you write only 2 words, that's not good enough, my friends. So I want to ask those of you who are just doing that just to get rid of it, please put more effort into your work. Otherwise, that will be shown in your grade. And again, I have no interest in that. Okay. So that was it about tomorrow, and let's dive into today's assignment. So this is what you will be working with today. I know for a fact that quite a few of you already got this book, okay, from phone calls I've made. Some of us, a few of you already got this book to your houses. If you haven't got this book yet, um, you should arrive in the next few days. If you didn't receive it till next Monday, if you didn't receive this book by Monday, that should be April 4th, okay, Monday, April 4th. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Call me. Let me know that you didn't receive the book. Okay, I can come to your house, I can hand you your book personally, but I need to know because I'm working under the assumption that all of you have this book. Okay, if you don't have this book, wait a few days until this book will arrive to your home, and then you can work. Those of you who have books, which I hope is the majority, please open the second chapter 2, page 22, page 22. Please open it right now. Now, the name of this book is Israel. It's complicated, and there's a good reason for that. It's complicated because you have tons of people. It's complicated because of the territory. It's complicated because so many reasons. And today we're going to talk about a very wide topic that is called culture. Israel, it's a mixture of cultures. And what I want you to do now, I want you to read page 22. So you got a short passage. I don't want to bore you now with me reading. This is something you can do fairly quickly. I want you to read this passage, okay, really quickly. For now, we don't need to do anything with the images around because they're not going to tell you anything. I need to add further explanation. But a mix of cultures, okay? This is what I want you to read. After reading this, you have 2 questions at the bottom, okay? What do you see? And remember, guys, what I just told you about how to write answers. First of all, full answers, of course, and what are my expectations of you? Writing one word answer is not good enough, okay? So pay close attention to what I'm asking you to do. I want you to take a page, such as this one, okay? Write down your name. Israel is complicated as a title, page 22 or chapter 2 if you want. I'll understand either or. Mix of cultures. And what I want you to write down, 1, I'm going to read to you the question, then I'll explain. The title here said, with a partner, look at the pictures on these pages and discuss. Now, of course, you don't have a picture. You don't have a partner. I'm going to show you the pictures in a second. You can pause the video. I know my camera is not in the best quality, and I do apologize for that. I'm expecting that you'll see it face to face. But if you don't have the books, I want to give you the opportunity to answer those questions. So the first question is, what words or ideas come to mind when looking at those photos? Now, what photos are they talking about? I'm going to bring it as close as possible to the camera. Let me turn this on. There it is. So I hope you guys can see a little better. I'm talking about the images on page 22 at the bottom. And please write with details. What ideas? Can you see it? So I can tell you that there are 3 Hamantashen at the bottom. And here on the picture that's closer to the edge, see a lot of, take a look at this guy's face. Okay. What ideas come to mind? What kind of, how do they worded it? Words maybe came to mind. So please think about it and write few. The second image is this one. Okay. A little bit like Duncan, but not enough. And I would encourage you to look at the end, at the far end of this picture, of the second picture that I've shown you, because there's something there that you know and tried, especially if you were in our Hanukkah play. Okay, so these are the 2 pictures, and this is question number 1. What words of ideas come to mind when you're looking at these photos? Okay. Question number 2, still on the same page that you got. So let's say you've written number 1 here. Number 2, that require a little bit more thinking, and please give yourself the time to think about it. Several of the photos show examples of food, okay, which I guess you saw it by now. Why do you think food plays such an important role in a culture? Okay, and that means about any culture. Food has a very crucial, that's a fact, that's not an opinion. Food has a very significant place in the culture. That's showing not only, I'm not saying it just based on my personal experience, that's backed up with tons of researches made on this field, that food always, throughout the generation, throughout the human culture, humans' existence, in every culture, food is a major, major role in it. And the question is, why? Why do you think that is? Give it some time, okay? It's an interesting question that will lead you. You can pause me, work on that question, and let's move on to page 23, okay? Jewish culture, that's the title. Now, in Israel, there's a pretty funny thing, or I don't know. Here, whenever it's Hanukkah, you won't necessarily know it. If you walk down the streets, you won't know that it's Hanukkah. You won't know if Purim is approaching. Okay, let's say I'm not a Jewish person. I don't know a lot about the Jewish culture, but there is no signs. In Israel, it's very, very different. In Israel, almost everywhere you go, the only thing you need to know, if you don't know what day it is, what month it is, you want to know what's going on, what's the coming holiday, the only thing you need to do is just go to the next store, go to the next bakery. That will tell you what holiday is coming. If it's about to be Purim, for example, a month in advance, you'll see tons of hamantashen with different flavors in every bakery in Israel. If it's Friday night, Saturday is also a holiday. If it's a Friday night or in Friday and also in Thursdays, you can find chalot. You can find pieces of bread, chalot, laying there on their stands. If it's I don't know, Hanukkah, a month before Hanukkah, you can find tons of sufganiyot. The same thing is true for Passover when it's come to matzot, and almost any holiday has very unique kind of food attached to it. So what I want you to read, please read page 23. Read this one, holiday, these two passages or three paragraph passages. Okay, read it. And then you have some assignments, compare. Now listen to my assignment. This book will not tell you what you need to do. I will. So listen to my assignments. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to explain what is that you need to do. Compare holiday here, holidays there. Step 1. In the top box, draw image of that describe how you celebrate Jewish holiday in your neighborhood or synagogue. Now listen to what I say. What I tell you. Since not everybody who's going to watch this video is Jewish, okay? Not all of you go to the synagogue, and all of your not all of your neighborhood are distinguishedly Jewish. What I want you to do here, I want you to choose between three holidays, okay? And you can relate to it. If you do go to a synagogue, fine, you can write that. I don't care. Or in your houses, maybe how it's mentioned. But I want you to address to write down only about one of three holidays. You can choose either to write about Sukkot, you can choose to write about Hanukkah, and you can choose to write about Purim. Sukkot, Hanukkah, Purim. So I want you to address one of those three and write down in the box, not write down, draw images that describe how you celebrate those holidays or how we mention them. If you don't celebrate them, how we mention them in school. So if, just for example, on Hanukkah, we're doing something every year all over the school. Okay, the Hanukkah program, of course, I'm talking about. If it's Purim, then we masquerade ourselves. We're doing something unique. If it's Sukkot, we're going to the synagogue every year. So think about those things that we do in school, and I want to see some kind of drawing in this box. If you don't like to draw, you don't feel like you're expressing yourself that way, you're more than welcome to use words in the book. I want you to write down it in the book, by the way. Okay, this answer goes here. I want you to write down in words what are our traditions in school when it comes to one of these three holidays: Sukkot, Purim, um, or Hanukkah. Okay, in the middle. Step two. Then watch a video about how that holiday is celebrated in Israel. You need to go to a website, and this is the link. It's shown right here. bhlink, one word, bhlink.me/Israel2. The link is in your book. If you don't have your books with you, you can do it now. By the way, if you're watching this video and you still don't have the books, you can draw or write in this paper that I've been talking about. Where did I put them? With the previous assignment, okay? With what do you see? You can write it down in the next page, okay? In the same page in the following space. So we'll go ahead, watch that video. I'll wait for you here, and then we'll move on to step 3, where you'll see what you need to do. Yeah, pause me, and I'll just move on to step 3. Now, in the second box, I'm going to read, and then I'm going to explain. In the second box, create an image that describes how Israelis celebrate the same Jewish holiday. So the video that you watched, you're going to go into this website, and you're going to see a few videos there, okay? Don't scroll up or down. when you type in the website, it's going to get you directly to the videos that you need to see. I want you to click, of course, one of the videos that you wrote down in question number 1. If that wasn't clear, I hope that was clear. So let's say I chose Sukkot. I want you to click on the video when you go to this website. Click on the video that says how they celebrate Sukkot in Israel. Okay? And that's what I want you to do in the second box. So step 3, in the second box, create an image, or again, write in words, and describe how do they celebrate this holiday in Israel, according to the video that you saw. Okay. Okay. And step 4, you're going back to the pages that you have here. Okay. And then you write down, compare the two celebrations between what you wrote down or what you saw in the video. What do they have in common? How are they different? What's surprising you? What was surprising to you? Now, if you're just going to write to me, for instance, in step 4, they're all the same, something is missing from your answer. Okay? Something is missing from your answer. So please give it some thought. That's it. That's the first part of your assignments today. Let's move on to page 24. And this is something I hope you find interesting. I enjoyed it anyway. Page 24, what you need to do here is simply read. I want you to take a look before you're reading. Take a look at this images. You see graffiti here, and we'll go back to graffiti in a second. And then you have a street name that's called Rabbi Akiva, which you guys should know everything there is to know about Rabbi Akiva, because I told you about him. And then you have 2 more paragraphs. The spoken language in Israel, spoken languages, I should say, in Israel, and heroes. Something we talked about a little bit. Okay, heroes. Read that part and then move on to page 25. Okay, 25. You see a scary looking guy here? Graffiti of a very scary looking guy. Here it says Tavlinim. Okay, Tavlinim, Tavlinei HaRambam. Tavlinim means spices. Spices of the Rambam. Rambam is Maimonides. Okay, Rambam. Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon. We didn't get a chance to talk about him. I really wanted to, but we didn't get to that. Rambam, Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon. That's not one of his best images, but that's how whoever drew that decided to do that. Let's dive into this assignment. Design heroic street art. Now, I know that I've read what it says here. I know what it says. I need you to follow to my instructions. This is what I'm doing this recorded video. Otherwise, I could just tell you, just do pages 22 to 25 and be done with it. But I want you to do what I ask you to do, not what they tell you to do. What I want you to do now is this, okay? Number 1, watch the video on this website that they attach the link. So you need to go to the website bhlink.me.me /Israel2. Okay, and it's going to take you to the same page where you just saw. But if you look at the bottom of the list of the holidays, you'll see naming of street art. Okay, street art graffiti. I think that's the title. Okay, let me just make sure. Yeah, there it is. Israel, it's complicated. That's if you still look at the title. And excuse me, and thank you, David. I appreciate it. So at the bottom of the title of videos, you'll see heroic street art. Okay, I want you to press that link. That's a video of 3 minutes. Okay, let me go back to my video. I can see myself, and you can see. Good. So this is a 3-minute video. Okay, I want you to watch the whole thing. Okay, pause me, watch the whole thing, then I'll give you the rest of the instructions. Okay, I'll continue. Now, I'm assuming the watchers, I don't know how you felt about it, okay? But that's my first question. I want you to write down, again, in this page, I want you to write down how you felt. How you felt throughout this video. Did you enjoy doing that? Do you enjoy watching that? Was it boring? Just tell me your feeling, okay? The second thing I want you to do, they mentioned in this video a bunch of characters, right? They're talking about a lot of some rabbis, some poets in Israel, some figures. Some of them are women, some of them are men. You saw a bunch of them. I want you to choose one. Choose only one figure from this video. If you have to watch it again, watch it again. It's only 3 minutes. choose one figure, okay? And I want you to open a Word document, or if you're working with Google Docs, I'm also fine with that, okay? And I want you to write down at the top, okay? Listen to the instruction, please. Let me just read it so I won't forget. At the top, I want you to write your name, okay? Today, the date that you're working on the assignment, hopefully it's today. Write the date, your name, and after that, write the name of the character you decided to work on, okay? So let's say you chose to work on Rashi. One of the characters was Rashi, Rabbi Shlomo Yitzchaki, I'm sorry, Rabbi Shlomo Yitzchaki. And let's say the entire clip is in Hebrew, so there shouldn't be much of an issue, but write the name, the full name of the character, and then right next to it, write down the exact time that they mentioned this character on the video. So it could be 01:37, 1 minute and 37 into the video, they mentioning this poet or this graffiti art. I don't know. Okay, one of the characters that they've been talking about. So write down the exact minute that they mentioned them. After you did that, okay, I want you to write down in your Word document size 12. That's the size of the letter, size 12. David, that's the name that I want you to use, the font. Size 12, font David. I want you to write 10 lines, 10 sentences about this character, okay? You can go to Wikipedia, you can go to any source you want. Please mention those sources at the bottom of the page, okay? Tell me which website you visited to. You're not allowed to do copy paste. You're not allowed just to take a chunk of it. Trust me, any website that you can go to, I can go to. So I don't want you to do copy paste. I want you to use your own words. I want you to rephrase what you see in there. This is how you express yourself in a better way. If you just do copy paste, that's writing someone else's work. I'm not interested in that, okay? Now, if you don't have access, if you have any kind of, I'll tell you what you need to do with this page that you worked with. If you don't have any access to Google Docs, or you don't want to write it over the phone or to Word or whatever, I'm okay with you writing on this page. Remember the page from the beginning? Writing on this page 12 lines. Your handwriting is bigger than a computer. So 12 lines here about a certain character. Same instructions. The name of the character, okay? Name of the character, what time she appears in, 12 lines. Tell me about her. What did that character do? Didn't she do? Okay, all of that. So the same instructions apply. So 10 lines if you're doing it on a computer, 12 lines if you're doing it on a paper with your own handwriting. Please make sure to use clear handwriting so I can understand what is that you're writing. Okay? And that would bring our place to an end. Now, since this lesson to an end, if you decided to work on a Word or Google Docs, please send me the document to my email. My email is Matan Norani. I will spell it out in a second. matanorani@gmail.com. Some of you already have my email address since I'm communicating with some of you through emails, and that's okay with me. If you don't have it, the website is, my email address is Matan, Matan, that's my first name. And then right after that, the last name, but with one N. So Matan, Matan, Orany. Matan. You know what? It's going to be much easier if I'll just write it down for you on a piece of paper so you guys can see it. If you already know my email, MatanOrani. Pay attention, at the end it's I and not Y, I@gmail.com. You can go ahead and do your assignment. If you still didn't catch up on that, I'm going to write it down and show it to the screen so you can freeze it. So, MatanOrani@gmail.com. Okay, email address. Okay, matanorani@gmail.com. If you have any questions for me, my friends, I'm available at all times at my phone. My phone is 330-519-45. 330-519-4581. In English, 330-519-4581. Have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. Take the time. There will be special announcement. There will be a class tomorrow. I know that I've sent you something to do. That just to ease out from the work that's going to be on Monday, Tuesday. So I want you guys to be prepared. You know what? No, erase that. Erase. I'll reschedule my plan. There is no class tomorrow. I will send you some assignment to do on Monday. Okay? There will be assignment to do on Monday, the coming Monday. So no tomorrow. Monday we will have a class, a special class, something that I hope you'll enjoy. Quite unique, and you'll see me again on Tuesday with a recorded message. Okay? So I'll see you on Monday, and goodbye now. Have a good one.